Let's begin with the Republican argument that the commission, as described in the language of the bill, would be biased and unfair to Republicans. Turns out Republicans made a list of demands when they first started negotiating on the bill, and Democrats conceded to every demand Republicans made, that a commission have an equal number of Democrats and Republicans to be appointed by each party, that both parties would have equal subpoena power, and that any commission would end its work this year so it didn't spill over into 2022 as the midterms approach. The proposed Capitol Riot Commission not only got bipartisan support in the House, it got bipartisan support from the top two people who ran the 9/11 Commission on which it would be modeled. That letter, signed by Republican 9/11 Commission Chair Tom Kean and Democratic Commission Vice Chair Lee Hamilton, was addressed to the President and the Vice President, as well as the top Democratic and Republican leaders in the House and Senate. In it, they write, quote, "The shocking and tragic assault of January 6th on the U.S. Capitol requires thorough investigation to ensure that the American people learn the truth of what happened that day. An investigation should establish a single narrative and set of facts to identify how the Capitol was left vulnerable, as well as corrective actions to make the institution safe again." And they conclude, quote, "Our country has been wounded. A full accounting of the events of January 6th and the identification of measures to strengthen the Congress can help our country heal. We commend this course of action to you." And with those Democratic concessions in mind, the Republican who was deputized by Kevin McCarthy to strike a deal and did, echoed what the 9/11 commissioners were asking for. Here's more from John Katko.
I fully recognize that in a diverse body like this, members come down on different sides of different issues. I welcome that. We all should. That's America. Because after all, none of this is personal. It's about our mutual desire to keep America safe and secure. To my friends on both sides of the aisle, I welcome honest, vigorous, and civil debate. At the end of the day, I strongly believe this is a fair and necessary legislation. I encourage all members, Republicans and Democrats alike, to put down their swords for once, just for once, and support this bill.
Republican objections and their votes against were infuriating to many, including Ohio Democrat Tim Ryan. Here's more from him yesterday.
I want to thank the gentleman from New York and the other Republicans who are supporting this and thank them for their bipartisanship. To the other 90% of our friends on the other side of the aisle, holy cow. Incoherence. No idea what you're talking about. Benghazi, you guys chased the former Secretary of State all over the country, spent millions of dollars. We have people scaling the Capitol, hitting the Capitol Police with lead pipes across the head, and we can't get bipartisanship. What else has to happen in this country? Cops. This is a slap in the face to every rank and file cop in the United States. If we're going to take on China, if we're going to rebuild the country, if we're going to reverse climate change, we need two political parties in this country that are both living in reality, and you ain't one of them.